Movie star Barry Keoghan has got hearts racing and tongues wagging with his latest cheeky photo shoot with Vanity Fair, and Saoirse Hanley, features writer for the Sunday Independent and Sunday World, joins us. Barry's laid bare in Vanity Fair, but his star keeps, I'm not, this is not a pun, but his star keeps on rising, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Yeah. I think, like, obviously, I feel like Irish people have been aware of him a little bit longer, obviously, as we tend to be. But it just feels like now he's completely inescapable, in a good way, obviously. But it feels like it's only, again, no pun, only up from here.
We're just all very aware of all the nudity, but this does feel like a moment and a kind of a zeitgeist. Obviously, the Irish are doing incredibly well in Hollywood. We've got the Paul Mescals, the Andrew Scotts, the Colin Farrells, the all of them. The Cillian Murphy's, forgive me, but Barry Keoghan seems to almost have the most chat about him, or to be the most arresting in terms of. Is it just the shock factor? Is it just the salt burn effect, do you think?
I think that's partly it, but I also think, like, in totally Irish terms, like, he just seems like such a chancer, and I think that's really, like, endeared him to Hollywood. Like, if we think about, even so, obviously with like the BAFTAs and award season and everything, we're always seeing all of these Irish lads that are doing so well, and it's so amazing. But there's still something quite polished about them. But Barry Keoghan just seems like someone you could genuinely see down the pub having a laugh. Like, he seems like someone that we could all know or get on with, and I think that that has maybe pushed him even a little bit further. That for us, we're kind of used to people like that, but I think for the wider world and for Hollywood in particular, his kind of brashness and laddishness that's quite funny and endearing and really
Yeah,
Irish
and
really makes him good.
there's also, I mean, he's not your typical movie star. I mean, I think it's fair to say Barry had a reasonably tough upbringing and all that kind of stuff. It's widely been reported, So he wasn't exactly a Billy Barry kid, nor was he somebody who was off at RADA. He came up a different kind of route into acting.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was in and out of like 13 foster homes growing up, and he's been really open about that,
Yeah.
like that his upbringing wasn't easy by any means. And I think like that does really set him apart. That, like, obviously, we see a lot of people that they get to huge success, and obviously a lot of them really deserve it. But I think when you see like a story like that, where you're like, God, the kind of upbringing that he had and how difficult that must have been at such a young age to then be where he is now, is
Yeah.
even more something to celebrate.
Look, good luck to him. I think we are all delighted to see it happen, and if possible, I think we'll be seeing even more of Barry Keoghan going forward. Although we've seen quite a lot of him already. But anyway, that is Saoirse Hanley, their features writer for the Sunday Independent, on the rise and rise of Barry Keoghan, and as I say, absolutely fair play to him.